Sup guys, another episode of Calvin's Stuff. This one's going to be on Kink BMX Citywide video that we put out last Friday. So I figured give it a week so you guys could watch it and kind of have some questions or answers or whatever to anything that you wanted to know about the video, about the riders, camera gear, kind of all that shit. So I'm going to go straight into it. Currently we have the intro shot, which is Domino's, which is now basically gone. So all these intro shots were from the van. Jay was driving and basically I was just shooting out the window, quite wide, like 24 with the gimbal, and shooting 1/50 shutter speed, 10-bit footage, so it grades nicely. It's a little bit better to work with that stuff. And then yeah, we just did that on the last day, just to kind of get like a vibe for the Citywide concept, which is, if you don't know, it's a shot and a beer by any bar in Philadelphia, and you ask for a Citywide, you get a shot and a beer. So we figured we'll go with that. After a few of those, the first or the second night in, we kind of already had the title for the video, which was pretty cool, and it was all approved by like Jason, art director and creative director at Kink. So yeah, it was pretty quick with the title, which is nice. So yeah, did a good job with the titles as well. Nice one, Jason. And then coming straight into it, Daryl, out of respect, pay homage to the man. He came on this trip, and it was honestly awesome because we didn't know if he would actually get on the trip because he's a busy guy. But he made it happen. He got up there. He did have a job in between, so he was away for like 3 or 4 days of the trip, and then he came back second half of the trip. So Daryl was there just for like the first few days and the last few days, and it was awesome to catch up with Daryl and see what he's been up to. And yeah, alongside with that, Ben Hiddle comes on the trip and blows everybody's minds because he hasn't been on a Kink trip in 10 years. Since I've never been on a trip with Ben, and first time meeting him as well. So it was a pretty interesting trip. So shout out to Jay for organizing that one. But yeah, opening with Daryl and Jacob, we were in New York, so we were filming in New York like a few days before this trip for his kinetic frame promo, and absolutely killed it. Got everything we needed for that. Put that commercial out, was great. And then unfortunately, right after that Pegs Hard backlash cab, he tried a Pegs Hard 3 manual 180 and just bodied himself into the ground. I just put the clip up so you can see it, but yeah, it just took him out for the rest of the trip. I think his wrist was busted, so unfortunately Jacob came into it swinging and then just had to sit it out. Nate Dogg going into all that, the beast. And then we have Lucas. So if you don't know Lucas, he's a really good kid. First time being on a trip with him. He's really into fashion. He's got a Depop out there if you want to get any vintage shirts. I just seen he's got like a 70 Harley t-shirt, so if you need one of those, go hit him up. But Lucas was great. It was his first real Kink trip, and I think he really fit in, and everybody was stoked on him and what he could bring to the table. And yeah, we had some nice battles out there in the streets trying to get these tricks, and yeah, it all worked out for him, and yeah, it was a good trip. So awesome for him. Casey, absolute beast as always. And Harrison, I mean, you know, those two right there on their own are amazing. Maddie Miller came out for a few days and got a few clips with us, which was awesome. And this was Emma's like first trip stateside with the team, I believe. And yeah, she had a great time, like being in Philly with the whole crew. Like, you know, she's like looking for like storm doors, and it's kind of tough, you know, when you think about it. It's like you're in the streets. It's like it's not a skate park trip. It's not anything like that. And she really came through with like the war rides and like the filming, and like she just knew what she wanted to do. So she got a war ride, storm door war ride, rail hop, handy hop, and I think like just those two alone is like, hey, that's Philly, you know. So she killed it, which is cool. And then we got Santi, absolute shredder, having the time of his life. And then again, Ben Hiddle. So like opening up with that intro, I wanted the intro to showcase everybody on the trip and kind of get everybody's face out there. And Yeah, I think it's cool. It's like kind of shocking to see Ben Hiddle at the end there for a lot of older riders, especially for myself. Like, yeah, like actually filming with Ben, I'm like, what the fuck, is this really happening? And he was cool as fuck. Had a great time. I think he like kind of rejuvenated his like love for it again as well in the past few years from what he was saying. So, yeah. And then everything is it's just a standard trip. Let's go. You know, let's go spot to spot. We didn't really I mean, some of the days we got stuck at like literally 1 or 2 spots. It's just a big crew. There's 8 people. There's a lot going on, and you could imagine like you've just got to go with the flow of things and kind of, yeah, just get one trick at a time. So every day was a challenge for myself because I was obviously just working, and you don't really get time to like do anything. So yeah, you just got to get it trick by trick. So good times. And then going into the second second part, we hit FDR, which was awesome, great place. Just switched up the music completely to Will Smith, and I noticed some people. There's like one person in the comments that said, as soon as I heard Will Smith, I turned it off. Well, it's unfortunate for you, man, because you just missed out on a bunch of amazing riding. And if it takes just one song to deter you, like, you're a weak-minded human. Just so you know that. Go watch it. Maybe you'll learn something. Anyway, so use the crazy song. I also want to go into like, so these shots right here that you can see. So they're photos. This camera is like awesome. It's right here. So it's a small, kind of a disposable style camera. So it's all plastic. It's made by Kodak, and it's a half frame camera. So basically what that means is it shoots 2 frames in one full frame 35mm shot. So you're basically getting 2 shots for one, and they're kind of vertical, so it's actually great for social media and Instagram. But that line running through the middle, just super twisted and all like kind of jagged, that black line, I actually grinded out the back. So where the film gate is that exposes the film, I grinded the left and right side out so it wasn't a clean edge. I was trying to actually have the 2 photographs overlap slightly so there'd be like a double exposure in the middle, but I didn't grind out enough, and this was the first trip using it, so I grinded it out more, and I have another roll in there, so I'll do that test shot when it comes. But yeah, that was kind of the fun, try something new to throw into the footage, and I think it turned out good. It's something different, and it's like in camera and it's real. It's not photoshopped, it's not fake. I kind of try to like do as much as I can that is real in camera stuff. So yeah, and we weren't shooting super 8mm or 16mm film on this trip. That stuff's expensive, so you want to keep your costs low on something like this, because a lot of the costs went into accommodation, travel for like the team. You know, there's 8 riders on the team, plus, you know, Jay and myself, and then yeah, it's just a lot of people getting there. So yeah, with all that said, I think it was nice to just use a little bit of 35mm film, keep it cheap, and just use the digital cameras, which I'll get to one of the cameras in a second that we used. This spot, this was like a power hour, probably hour and a half non-stop. The whole crew just ate it up, literally destroyed the place, and it's kind of shocking actually, like what was going on. And Casey was actually trying to do a Smith nose whip out of that thing, so I don't know when he's gonna get one of those, but it's Casey, he's gonna do it at some point. So yeah, that was freaking crazy. This is just classic Harrison, absolutely stomped that thing. He's the man. That's another cool spot. So as you can see, Harry, the war ride to pegs, we were kind of like, I think like 2021, I believe I went with Dakota. We went to this spot and we were kind of like, I don't know if the war ride to Grime will work. It's kind of a little bit too close to slip into the pegs. So me and Dak were both like, I don't think it's doable, you know. And we knew Bob Skirbo had actually done the bump to gap grind on the wall as well. So we're like, oh, we'll just leave it at that. Like, that's sick as fuck that Bob did that. And like, the war ride into it's kind of hard, and then, you know, we didn't have it. Anyway, we pull up to this spot with Harrison a few years later on this trip. Harry's like, yeah, I think it'll work, and he literally does it like second try. So just proved us old guys wrong that anything's possible, which is classic Harrison. This spot is, yeah, honestly, one of the coolest spots, I'd say. There's a helicopter above me. This is Los Angeles. Welcome to Los Angeles. What a fucking shithole. Anyway, this spot, the lighting, like the best part about this spot was the lighting. Like, we got there at the perfect time. Like, for like anybody in film, like, honestly, like, the light is key. We shoot all the time in just like 12 o'clock light, like just blown out light, and it's absolutely horrid. Like, I can't stand it anymore. But to get to a shot like this and like have some nice shadows and that orange sun coming through, like, you know, Santi absolutely up there. So this was a real treat for me to film all these guys and girls. Emma getting that knack, and then yeah, obviously beers at the spot, and yeah, it's such a nice vibe. Like when everybody's just getting tricks, and like it's coming to the end of the day too for myself. I'm like, I can wind down, have a beer, and relax, like talk about stuff. But yeah, this is like another crazy spot right there. Actually, that clip of Casey, I don't know what happened. My zoom toggle just stopped working. So I blame the humidity. The humidity was an issue, and it was like messing with my toggles on my camera. So a couple of shots I noticed that it would get stuck. But since coming back to California, the weather's beautiful over here. Not a single issue. So I don't know what was going on there. Nate Dogg, just absolutely killing it. Joe, fucking man right there. The mayor of Philly. One day he's coming. You can hear that fucking that helicopter out there still circling. Yeah, they're looking for someone. Welcome to Los Angeles, man. So Harrison, someone called out triples to do a triple bar, and he went for it and he got 2.5 and somehow survived. So again, kid just doesn't care about anything. The fact that there's a ghetto bird just circling my apartment right now is fucking all time. It's like making this even a more better realistic version of like the reality that I live in. Like, it's a fucking hellhole, I'm telling you. Beautiful weather. God damn, you can't fucking do anything in this city. Anyway, moving on to the final song too. MFSB. It's like a Philly band from like 70s. Real good soul feel, backing choirs, all that. It's really great band. All the music in this video was Philly artists, or you know, originally from Philly, you know, like Will Smith. But yeah, this song I felt like was kind of a better turning point to kind of get the spirits up, get it built up to kind of close out all the good footage, all the heaters, and yeah, it worked out good. We had another song by the same band, Philadelphia Freedom. Like Elton John actually covers that. But using the original song, Philadelphia Freedom, it just didn't have enough power to kind of close the video, but we all made a decision to change it, and I think it was for the better. It's a great song, great version, so yeah. Ghetto Banks, I don't know if you know, but it got tore down, and we may have got the last session there, which is kind of crazy actually. So yeah, I'm glad that we got there and we filmed a good amount of footage, like Casey getting a couple of tricks, Santi too with the down whip. That was crazy, bar back. Yeah, there's a lot of energy at this spot. There's a lot of things happening. There was people partying in the park, dancing, you know, drinking, smoking. There's dirt bikes just ripping down the street, quads, like energy. Joe getting that spot. Me and Maddie sneaking off while I literally had a lunch order in. So like, I had this spot, I had a lunch order in down the block, and Maddie he's like, oh, there's this word I want to do. You think you can squeeze it in? And I was like, yeah, let's do it now. He's like, you want to do it after lunch, like when you get your sandwich? I was like, no, they're gonna be like 10 minutes. We got this. So we just literally dipped the sandwich spot while they're making my sandwich, cruised up the road. He banged this out, went back, grabbed my sandwich, got back to the crew. So it's a good way to use your time. Somebody like popped out of the window, spooked him super bad. That's why he like let his bike go. Some dude was just like eyeballing him as he's like rolling up to the spot. So crazy guy. It's a sick one. Maddie's a man. Harry just doing shit that you shouldn't do. Emma getting her first handy hop. So sick. So like we rolled up to that spot and Joe was like, if someone's taken out the rail, like the top rail, like it was just like that. We didn't touch it, we didn't modify it. And we were looking for something for her to do on like that level of things. You know, that height especially was perfect with a good run up, run out and a pop. And yeah, she just did like one look at it and then she just ran into it and popped it. She did it first try perfect. So props to Emma for that. It was cool. Then revisiting this spot was really awesome. It's cool to see it's running. Band just classic style. Harrison out of control. But yeah, that's the energy of Philly right there. Dirt bikes. I don't know. It's a cool place. Nate Dogg, amazing 180. Cool spot. Colors are popping. Yeah. Then to close out this video, Harry had to. That was unreal. Just so casual in his own mind, but like so mind-blowing to, I'd say, all of us BMX riders out there. I think that's, yeah, really an impressive way to close the video. But all said and done, it was a great project. And Nathan, Harrison, Casey, Santi, Emma, Lucas, Hiddle, Daryl, hopefully I'm not missing anybody, Joby, Maddie, J Rowe for organizing it, Kink BMX for allowing us to do it, giving us the budget to go do something fun. And shout out to Tom as well, Public Impression, Chocolate Truck, all the Philly locals, everybody who came out. Yeah, it was an awesome time, great experience. And I hope you guys enjoyed this little episode of kind of what we do. This is the CX350 that I used to shoot most of it on, which kept it super fast, super clean. So if you need a zoom camera, get this style of camera or close to 4K 60. And yeah, it's a good camera, minus the couple of toggle issues that I had with the zoom, but I blame the heat and humidity. The air conditioning to humidity creates moisture in your camera gear, just so you know, guys. Alright. Well, hope you enjoyed. Peace out. Thank you. Probably get 0 views on this, but YouTube pays me and I'm having fun doing it, so peace.